So other people's opinions are really important on it.
Right. What would you do next time? What did you learn from Hone to Edison with the whole recording process, and in the future, if you do something else, what did you actually learn from that process of recording that you'll do different next time? Is there something?
I think, I guess probably the actual releases that we did, all of them were quite happy with, for where we were at the time, I think. Probably some of the earlier demos that we did, talking about cutting corners and stuff, we maybe just weren't ready, kind of thing. And in fact, speaking of opinions and good advice, we did do a demo in Hone, which we were thinking of putting out as a release, and we got some advice saying, well, that same old advice, maybe, work on your songs, see what else you write, spend a bit more time, practice, blah, blah, blah. And we did that, and I think we were quite glad that we took that advice in the end. And I guess, I don't know if we do, just trying to think if we do anything differently to what we...
We're always known as a really thoroughly organised band. Rach was pretty on top of a lot of things, like making sure that we were ready before a recording with all our equipment, everything was set up and everything was ready to go. And the last time, because we had the benefit of having a couple of times to do it before, the last time we recorded, well, that kind of just been through it and experience really helps. From, I guess, at the moment, now we're probably spending as much time as we can writing our songs, or just writing songs in general before we even get to a stage where we're let's just play this song and that's a song.
I think now, because we've over the years we've saved up money, and we've actually got our own recording equipment now, so that we can write the songs and record them ourselves before. So that's probably what we do differently now, that we've actually spent a bit more time on the what's called pre-production before you'd actually even go and record the real thing. So,
Okay, that's cool. Okay, when working together with other band members, what are some of the challenges you face? When you got to work as a team, what are some dirty stories?
I think in Edison, particularly with the guys that ended up being, there at the end, we all had really, really different personalities, and they were kind of I don't know how many people out there are into personality types, the 4 types: sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, and melancholy. And we had each one of us had a stronger one of each 4 of those. So we either worked really, really well together, it was magic, or it was quite bad. So it was this reverse energy, and I think it had a lot to do with where we were at with God and where our focus was and stuff. And if the focus wasn't quite right, it would, but nothing too major. I had a few bullies at times with other members, but nothing. I think the best, just being honest and not letting things fester, and having an open relationship, and just loving each other, and looking out for each other's interests, because it is like a family. And I think you can bag your own bandmate to other people, but if they bag them to you, it's like a family. You're allowed to say bad stuff, if other people do, you really want to stick up for them, kind of thing.
No, it's no, you've pretty much said everything, Rach, actually.
What else?
Being in band together with other people.
Looking out for it.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's all right. What are the 3 most important attributes a band must have to develop successfully, in your opinion?
I think it's just got to be a strong core unit. You've got to all just be really strong together, first and foremost, and put probably your that relationship with each other. And if you're in a Christian band, I think it's got to be integral that God is central to it, because success is something that's so grey. How do you measure success? And
I think having having a vision of what you like. If everyone knows what their place is and what the band is set out to achieve, whatever it may be, whether it's like you want to conquer the world like some bands, or whether it's just like you just want to play that gig at your favourite pub or whatever, if you're all working towards that same goal and you all believe in it together, I think that makes, you know, that gives some sort of something you can work towards together. That's quite important, I think, to make it work. And what else? Because I think, what was the question again?
The 3 most important attributes.
3 most important.
Yes.
Okay. To make a band successful, was it?
Successful, or to reach its fullest potential.
Fullest potential.
However you want to define it.
Yeah.
I think you've just got to have a strong self-belief.
Yeah.
Yourself and believe in what your band's doing, and
Yeah.
you know, like if you love what you're doing, then you know that will help. You can't like, you know, just do things that are fashionable and, you know, cool at that present moment, because it's going to show through whether or not you're sincere in that, I think.
Yeah.
So, and people, I think, you know, these days want something with sincerity and with honesty. So I don't know if I could pin it down to 3 things, but
Yeah.
yeah, you see a lot of bands that kind of listen to everyone and what they say about them and go, oh, well, we should be like this and this and this then. But yeah, you should just do what, you know, is in your heart and what you want to do, and yeah.
Excellent. Working as a team, okay. Looking at now, what's unique about you guys? You're married and you're in a, you know, you're involved in a band. What are some of the challenges that you both face as a married couple? And what advice would you give to others that want to venture into that as well?
I think some people, like, and because we know other people that have been married in bands and stuff, like there's a few around, I think, and some people have said they can't, some people wouldn't be able to work in a band with their partner, and some can. I think the fact that when we met we both loved music and we both wanted to be in a band and we share that vision and we've got a similar vision, and that helps, doesn't it? That's, so if you both have a similar thing that you're working towards musically to a degree, and I guess from a what you want to achieve as well, like what's hard stuff? Unwinding.
It's hard to unwind. Yeah, it's hard to have that boundary where you go, okay, that's, you know, that's the band and this is our lives and our relationship, and because it becomes very grey, because especially in our case, because we're both so into music and stuff, it would just at times just become meshed. And really busy times with the band when you'd be touring or recording, like you just couldn't stop thinking about it. But that's alright, that's just what it was, and you know, I think both knew what we were getting into with that, but it's certainly been almost unsettling not having a band though at the moment, because we're bandless kind of at the moment.
It's like, well,
it's really it's a weird feeling, so we're having an adjustment there as well. Yeah. So, yeah, it'd be good to ask that question to someone who had been married, not played in a band, and then, you know, played in a band together.
Yeah, because that's all we've ever known.
We've all
yeah,
always
so
played
our
in a
whole
band
marriage has
together.
been band, so that's normal to us.
Yeah.
We don't know the other side.
No, which we're discovering now.
Through your experience over the years in the music scene, do you feel you have grown, and what are some of the lessons you've learned?
Definitely grown.
Heaps.
Yeah.
Heaps of lessons.
Yeah.
Everything. So much.
Yeah.
Any particular area you feel that you've really grown?
I think I've definitely from being a girl in the music scene and stuff, like, because they're, you know, it's probably about 1 to 10 or something. I think there's a few more girls coming through now. Like, I guess I've become a lot stronger, and like you learn to have a bit of a thicker skin. You can't be too sensitive, which is it's a pro and a con, you know, because having sensitivity helps as well. So just being stronger and being bolder as well.
Just learn to trust God a lot more as well, because he's like, with the band in our case, it's always been just such a tangible thing that we can see how God's been working in it. Like with things like just provision is a massive thing. Like with, you know, any time we were needing, you know, maybe $5 extra for that recording or whatever, like it'd always be there to the dollar or...
Yeah, and also forgiveness as well, and like, you know, learning not to be jealous of other people and pride and that kind of thing, like learning to deal with those kind of normal emotions that we have, like just learning to deal with those kind of things as well, and be encouraging of people, and I think that's stuff I've learnt.
As a musician, what does excellence mean to you? And what are some of the steps a band or a musician needs to take to achieve excellence?
I think trying your best, and like being willing to work hard, and not sort of go,
not just when it becomes a hard, because it becomes hard sometimes. To have motivation to do something. Like, it's probably just sticking it out and rising above it and
and not sort of like giving up just because something's hard. I think if you, like, from a musicianship point of view, like if you are struggling with that beat or that riff or whatever, not just go, it's too hard, I'm not good enough. Like actually to persist, someone who's willing to persist beyond that and just
push beyond their current abilities.
Like just keep improving, you know. So that's like, I don't know, excellence, you know, if you ever even reach that. But if someone wants to be a good musician, just to keep trying their best and keep pushing, I think, if that's what they want to do.
What are one of your favourite underground shows? Can you think of any?
I'm trying to think.
Because we played a few.
In home, but I'm trying to think of... There was... What about that? Well, I don't think we played this one, but like when Seraph Cole first played here, like, and we didn't even know those guys then. Do you remember that one? And there was this like band that had beanies on who were playing this punk music, and all these kids were there. I'm like, who is this? Who are these people?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Oh, that was mine then.
The balaclavas? Were they
No, it wasn't that. Like, this was like, I reckon this is like going back when like all us bands were first sort of starting. And there's a few good ones back in the day.
What are some of your band achievements that you milestones?
Just having the opportunities to play some bigger shows and bigger stages, and our last big support was with the Get Up Kids, which was one of the most influential across the board for all of us in the band. That was great, just to get opportunities like that and travel.
Travel.
And state, that was amazing. And just recording, I think that's gonna last as well. I think having like recordings and being able to have the opportunity to have had put our stuff down, that was valuable.
I think like something that really sticks out to us all is like when you get sort of those emails where someone who you don't know says like, I've been listening to your album heaps and it's helped me through some really hard times, or it's when you get that kind of stuff, I think that beats any kind of like achievement, any other type of achievement, when you've actually when your music's actually touched someone at a deeper level. Like, that's a pretty I'd class that as an achievement, I think.
Christian festivals. Have you been a part of Christian festivals, and name a few?
Black Stump. Did heaps of Black Stumps. I can't remember how many.
About 4, I think. Harold.
Yeah.
What else? What other ones are there?
Did you do the Freedom Party?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Freedom Party.
It's great.
I think that's probably about it.
Yeah.
A couple of little ones, I think. Yeah.
Any of them that really stick out for you? Favourites?
I like Harold was good because like each year, like I found that each year it grew, and like that like it wasn't perfect or anything, but each year like people putting it on took on advice from the bands and that, and tried to make it better each year, and that was the last year that was on. I think we played, and that was really well
That was
done.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good show. Yeah.
Yep.
Black Summit was always good, except
Yeah.
it was very dusty. Your gear always comes back dusty or muddy, depending on the
Yeah.
weather.
Are there any particular bands you really enjoy playing with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite a few. Have to say Think Tank, because like we been friends with those guys since, well, definitely since they started.
Mm.
Yeah, and obviously Seraphs as well. They're good friends, and STR. They play with who else?
Me Theory.
Me Theory. Yeah.
Just-
Sumi. new guys on the scene. Yeah.
Excellent. What are some of your future hopes and dreams for Christian music?
I don't know.
Where would you like to see? I suppose where would you like to see Christians take their music?
Just to keep being in the scene, you know, like just being part of it and stuff, and not trying to be like, I think there's always a temptation to be really separatist from it and start your own little Christian thing, but I think it's really good when Christians just go out and be part of the general music scene. Just be, you know, in the world, just shining light to the world and expressing God in their creative ways. Yeah. So just see some new bands come through and just get out there and give it a go, I reckon.
Because there's just so many. I mean, I guess we're coming from the point of view like we always have been really intertwined with the pubs and everything, and we've seen so many like Christian people and non-Christian people as well there that are lost and hurting and stuff, and like in past years I've seen how some of the Christian bands especially have helped, you know, be a light to them, or it's be good to see that again, and some of the new bands that are coming through, for sure. But it's a pretty dark scene as well, so it's not.
Any advice to Christian bands that go into that scene?
Just have good support, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, good support, like from your friends and family or your church or whatever. If you got good support, people praying for you, and just stay true to what you believe as well. Like whatever. We all have different beliefs within our Christian beliefs, but what you believe to be true, just always search for truth, I think, because it's easy to get swayed from that, especially in the music scene, because there's a lot of carrots out there. So just be careful what carrots you chase after, I think. Yeah.
That's cool. As you were talking about being the salt and light, you know, into that scene, is there a difference between a Christian and a non-Christian band? Should there be a difference? And if there should be a difference, what should the difference be?
I don't think essentially there should be a difference between a Christian band and a non-Christian band from a musical point of view or anything like that. Obviously from a message point of view, there has to be a lot of the time, I think. But yeah, a Christian band isn't, you know, in the same way that any band's, like, they're not like a particular kind of thing as well. How a Christian band operates is different for each Christian band, I think. But yeah, it's a bit of a, you know, it's a grey one as far as whether or not there should be a difference. And
What comes to mind, I suppose, those scriptures.